What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here having a slow morning this morning. Super slow. I've been moving slow. I did do my exercise though, but I've been moving slow this morning. I got up slow. I went to exercise slow. I was outside and then I was like just outside, chilling outside, and then I didn't realize what time it was. I was listening to a video, two videos. Shout out to Jamie, that's me, and Kempire. Kempire was talking about Martel Holt um, not not following a rule of no contact. Um, and then Jamal Bryant in child support court, or he's not in there. The mother is in child support court asking for more money because the baby is special needs, has is on the spectrum. So let me make sure this is on. We got a mic check timer too. We out here. We just doing our thing. I made a little bit of coffee. I was gonna roll a little reefer up. I'm just moving slow. You know what I'm saying? And so let's see what is going on down to
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the
Let me
blog.
tell you something.
the blogs. We can talk about Jamal Bryant. I mean, I don't know what to say. The nigga's in child support court. But the details of what is going on is crazy as hell. This woman having to move over and over again because he has people harassing her when she goes to move, he harasses her. Is weird. Let's see if there's anything about Martel Holt. The Jamal Bryant story is crazy as hell. Because he has people following this girl around and like harassing her. One of the she had a lawyer, and the lawyer switched sides, went on his side, and then when he didn't pay the lawyer, the lawyer turned around and paid the baby. I mean, charged the baby mama for $15,000. Crazy. It says Love and Marriage Huntsville star may be headed back to jail. Um, this was 15 hours ago. This is the only thing on Martell. 15 hours ago. The source is Collider. I don't know. Oh, they do like, I guess it's an entertainment page. It says a love and marriage Huntsville star may be headed to jail. Did I tell you to like, subscribe, and comment? Let me know you stopped by. Don't forget to like the video. If you've already liked it, thank you. Okay. All right. After being accused of violating his court order of no contact with his ex-wife, Melody Cherie Rogers, Martel Holt. Can I just tell you? Shout out to Melody, y'all. You know I don't really care for Melody, but I applaud the way she moved in this marriage when she was getting a divorce. Not how she moved when she went back and had another baby, but how she moved by, you know, removing herself from him, changing her last name, like really taking. And I think that Martell is a flaming narcissist. I think he's a very dangerous, unhinged person. And I don't think he should be trusted. I don't think he should be trusted. And I also think it's fucked up that this woman has court orders against this man and they're still on a show together. And then like what? And then where did this come from? And then he's like on the show with her, you know? I think it's really messed up, but Melody Cherie Rogers. Martel Holt may pay the consequences. As reported by Urban Bell, a Alabama judge heard a motion from the Huntsville district attorney to revoke the reality star's bond for continuously contacted Melody about matters outside of their divorce agreement. Due to the allegations in the filing, the DA sought to amend Holt's agreement to have zero contact with Rogers, to which the judge agreed. This will now cause the issue to supersede an ongoing custody case. The drama between Melody And Martell has gone beyond the courtroom and onto social media. According to the filings from the DA, the victim met with the undersigned on this date to discuss our upcoming trial. After the victim left my office, defendant contacting her demanding to know why she was here. The victim feels threatened and is in fear of her safety, and now that she is possibly being watched by defendant or someone close to the defendant. The drama between Melody Cherie Rogers and Martel Holt has exploded from screen to reality over the years. I don't know what's going on with this. Hold on. Okay. Oh, maybe it's this. That's why it was looking weird. Hold on. Let me change this. Oh, no. It's the first one. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Okay. The Love and Marriage Huntsville stars were officially divorced in March of 2021, citing incompatibility of temperament, girl, as the cause for divorce. The couple's custody battle has been the latest messy roadblock. Holt continues to find himself in hot water now with the latest development. He was convicted of DV in March of 2024. Holt's love life surrounding reality stars continue beyond Melody Rogers. Holt has previously been attached to Real Housewives of Atlanta star Sheree Whitfield. She was a dumbass for dating him for whatever reason. Why she dated him was dumb. So Martell is acting up. He's dangerous. We've been saying that. We've been saying that Martell is dangerous. He doesn't get any, like, nothing from me. No grace from me, Martell. None. That's why I thought it was weird that that's just big. I thought it was weird that any woman would be with him, like, after knowing how he is. But again, we live in a society where women don't see the value in other women, so they don't even believe other women when they're being told that they're being harmed by a man, you know. And that's by design. That's to the benefit of men, that women don't trust each other, that women don't listen to other women when they are telling, about when they're telling about the previous, partner, or the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, whoever. And it really leaves women in a bad situation. Martell, I don't know. Somebody was like, own really allows him to be there with him, with, I don't know. Melody and Martell should not. I haven't watched Love and Marriage Huntsville in 2 seasons, but because they're another one. It's just we going round and round about the same things, the same issues, or, but I don't care to watch that show anymore. I don't know. And then the fandom is a little weird too. And then, especially if you don't like Melody, like if you're not a fan of Melody outside of how she handled her divorce with Martell, the girls they're little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They get real cuckoo. They defend Melody really. What do you call them? The millimeters, the melodramatic, off the meters fans. Yeah, there. And so that's another thing about them. But I don't know what else to say about Martell. There's nothing. I don't even understand how women say, like, a man is handsome after you know that this man is violent towards women. I don't understand where the attractiveness comes from, or what you're attracted to when you find out a man has harmed another woman. But in the same sense, when you don't trust what comes out of the other woman's mouth, and you kind of just like dismiss what she says, then that is how you go towards a man who has been violent to other women in his past. You walk towards him completely ignoring everybody trying to be like, hey girl, don't do it, don't do it, because women are socialized not to trust each other, and to see the violent man, or the abusive man, or the man, just the man, period, as the ultimate goal and the ultimate prize. And while she's running towards the finish line thinking that man is, the prize at the end of the finish line, she's ignoring all of the signs on the way there. And then It's not until she has an experience similar or worse that she understands where the previous woman was coming from, which is unfortunate. But then the pride of the other woman who actually experienced what previous women were telling her, you know, you don't have to experience this. You cannot go in that direction. Um, Coleslaw, she's another one. You look like an idiot being seen anywhere with him, whether you have a child with him or not. Um, I don't know. And then he also, I think, from what I hear, is that Martell takes his anger out on his son. That just made me really mad when I think about it. Somebody need to beat his ass, to put your hands on that little boy because you're mad at his mother. I hope he grows up and punches you square in the face. I hope he gives you a knuckle sandwich. But all the fixings. I hope he grows up and knocks your ass out for abusing his mother. Um, so that's it for Martell. I don't have anything else to say about Martell. There was a post about AndrewSchulz responding to the dig at him that Kendrick Lamar made in one of his songs on his recent album, GNX, where he basically said that he called shits and giggles some coons while allowing a white comedian to talk about black women and to sit there. That's so funny that he did that, because it really is like he wanted to show, like, I'm listening. I have my ear I have my ear to the streets. I'm trying to find let me find the post. Hopefully it didn't get lost, because you know when you go back to the page and it what let's see, I can't find it. But AndrewSchulz, let me see if I can find it in the news. um let's see, AndrewSchulz. Oh, I have to learn to spell Andrew Schultz and Kendrick Lamar. Here we are. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is on Yahoo. AndrewSchulz reportedly reacts to Kendrick Lamar's white comedian bar on GNX. Kendrick Lamar held nothing back. I wonder what Charlemagne thinks about that. That's his buddy, that's his partner. Brilliant idiots, right? Kendrick Lamar held nothing back on his surprise album GNX this past weekend. And this is from Yahoo Entertainment. Okay. He addressed AndrewSchulz for the racist joke he made in the past, and the comedian responded. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black women. That's law, the 37-year-old rapper stated on his GNX opening track, Whacked Out Murals. While he did not mention anyone by name, many people believed it was in reference to the Brilliant Idiots host and a controversial joke from August. He invited James Duncan and Fuhad Dawood of the Shits and Giggles podcast on his show and had a conversation. Okay, I gotta check my microphone. And had a conversation. People believe, and had a conversation about how white men change when they're in relationships with black women. Okay, they shave their heads. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we already know what he said. DJ Academics, Yam Academics, he looks like a little yam. Doesn't he look like a little yam? A little fat little yam, little yam coming straight out of the dirt. The controversial media, DJ Academics claims that he spoke with AndrewSchulz about Kendrick Lamar's bars directed at him. The controversial media personality claimed that Schultz says, "Is this guy too woke to understand a joke?" And the fact that AndrewSchulz has his foot in culture and he's using the word woke in a way that white people are using it to basically say, it's like, to me, it's just basically calling somebody a nigga. Like, because woke has already always been used. We know why woke is being used. Woke is being used when you dismantle the white male heterosexual thin young ideologies, right? You crush that and you are awake, even though you might participate in some systems because they're unavoidable, but you are awake to what is really happening around here and the systems that are in place and how the systems are used to and against you, and how harmful those systems are, and that you're not participating. So you're too woke. You're not walking around asleep, basically. And now that the conservatives are using that as a pejorative, and that it's actually like, it is actually like caught a little, steam, and people are really using it as a pejorative when it's actually a positive. But like everything else under the system of patriarchy, they take a word. Remember how Hitler took the peace symbol from Tibet and now you associate it with Nazis? It's actually a symbol of peace, but now you associate the swastika with Nazis, right? They take words and flip the meaning of it. We're talking about it in cultish. We're talking about it in cultish. Take a word and flip the meaning of it, right? Um, and now make it something negative, right? Is this guy too woke to understand a joke? Whether or not K Dot was talking about him, clearly, the flagrant host either took the line personally or felt the need to take up his sword for his fellow white comedians. Lamar was a bit more direct in mentioning other people, namely Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne. He reflected on the Long Beach, California rapper posting Drake's tailor made freestyle and what he thought may have caused that. Snoop posted tailor made. I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go, he rapped. The Drop It Like It's Hot rapper reacted on X. K. Dot new album GMX. He wrote with a bunch of fire and microphone emojis. It was the edibles, he added, with a face palm and a laughing emoji before reiterating their West Coast allegiance. Lil Wayne, however, did not take his mention nicely. Used to bump the Carter 3. I held my Rolly chain proud. Irony. I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though, call me crazy, everybody questionable. Turn me to an Eskimo. I drew the line and decimals. Lamar rapped, referring to him being picked for the Super Bowl halftime show, and Wheezy F Baby expressed his disappointment. Man, what the fuck did I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love. For what? So you mean to tell me your community put a battery in your back? You came out and said when they did the Louisiana, what is it called? Louisiana Fest or something like that. It's such a cute name. Louisiana Fest, something like that. Something. And you said you were robbed when they were announcing that you were going to get the key. You said you were robbed of the Super Bowl, thing. So you allowed other people to put a battery in your back. You allowed your community to pump you up to the point where you felt that you were robbed, even though your city gave you a key. They honor you every year for that festival that you have in your name. So I don't know how you felt that somebody skipped over you, looked over you. And then at the same time, we saw some of your recent performances, and everybody was like, oh, is this what the Super Bowl halftime show would be like? Because it's not giving. So, whatever. So AndrewSchulz is using the word woke as a pejorative. Is he too woke to understand a joke? Well, he's saying we're not joking. So Black women shouldn't be the butt of your jokes. Black women shouldn't be the punchline of your joke. And it shouldn't be the punchline in 2025. They're late. It's late to say that, whatever he said. I don't even want to repeat what AndrewSchulz said. but he's over there with his little Hitler haircut and his little Hitler mustache. He looks like a soldier, right? And the people said he's not Jewish, he's actually German, so that even makes even more sense. So it's whatever. So I didn't have to find that other post on the thing. I found it now. Cher reveals Salvador Dali once invited her and Sonny Bono to visit after an orgy. Inside, I was screaming. And the entertainer's memoir, the memoir part one, the I Got You Babe singer 78 recalls an invitation she and her then husband, the late Sonny Bono, got from Dolly, and a sequence of events that had her screaming inside. Salvador Dali was in a different league of crazy. Girl, sounds like Cher's book is interesting. That was from People magazine. Okay, let's see what else is happening. Let me have some. Ooh. I want to thank Kendrick Lamar for acknowledging something that I thought no one saw or cared about. That's what Questlove said, because he did the video, the Squabble Up video, and it looks like the Roots video, right? You see it? So Questlove wrote a very long message to Kendrick Lamar. Also, different brands are McDonald's came out with a honey mustard. Girl, they're marketing off of this. McDonald's made a thing said honey mustard. And then Shrek mustard. And then Despicable Me 4. I know Drake is hating this. NFL. They were like, we made the right choice. DreamWorks Animation mustard. He yells. Mustard did the beat, right? You know, we just was talking about him the other day because he just got a divorce settlement, or his wife, just ex-wife, got a divorce settlement. Anyways, but he yells mustard, and so everybody has been yelling that. Detroit Lions, Crunchy Roll Store mustard, Las Vegas Raiders, Amazon Music, Axe, the body spray. They all were responding with mustard. TV off. Here, I'm gonna let you hear so you can hear what they're talking about if you haven't heard it. Here we go. Hey. So that's what everybody's referring to, where he yells, mustard. That's hilarious. That's so funny. I know Drake is pissed off. Drake is over there saying that what Kendrick Lamar said wasn't true, and y'all let him put an album out that was defaming me. You defamed him. Didn't you say he was cheating on his wife? Didn't you say his last child was not by him but by your security, Dave Free? So was yours a lie? Should he countersue? You're suing your parent company because you're mad because they're promoting, pushing, whatever it is, the same thing that they would do for you. Y'all shouldn't have let him put that out. He's defaming me by calling me a PDF. You should have figured that out a month ago. You were doing the same thing. Y'all were in a battle, a rap battle, going back and forth. This was a response to you. Y'all was responding to each other. You just don't like it. Just like they do with Kenya Moore. You send over a paper airplane and that motherfucker sends over a bazooka. And then now you want to cry about it. Cut it out. And now you're looking real lame and affirming everything he's saying about you. You're whack. You're not like us. You're weird. You know, they call niggas who mess with kids weirdos all the time. All the time. That's like hood slang. When they start calling a nigga weird, just know he's doing something outside of like, that nigga is weird. He fucks with kids, young girls, young boys, whatever it is. They underage. So, girl, take your L, everybody, down to McDonald's, honey. And I bet you all these people are going to be having a ad during the Super Bowl. It was like it said McDonald's, NFL, of course, NFL, McDonald's, Despicable Me, Shrek. I bet you all of those people are going to be having ads during the Super Bowl. They're all supporting him. NFL, not for long. The niggas over there at Not for Long. Not for lazy. Not for lazy moms. So yeah, so they're really pumping Kendrick up. Let's see what else that we have. Let's go to the Jasmine brand. We have a few more minutes. I'm so glad today is Wednesday. Diddy's lawyer argues he deserves Trump-level free speech protections in bail fight.
I just, girl, stop.
Gosh, now like that's what happens when you move a criminal into office. Then they're going to use him as the measurement of how we move. If you have this, I think the United States Incorporated really fucked up by doing that. But they're scared. They're running scared. They really put a person in office who is a criminal. I mean, there's nothing else to say there. You can't even make the word pretty or mince the words. He's a criminal, convicted, right? And so now let's see what Diddy's lawyers are saying. Diddy is pulling out all the stops in his fight for freedom, comparing himself to Donald Trump in a recent court filing. The music mogul's legal team argued he has the same free speech rights as Trump, citing a ruling from Trump's election interference case. Only a significant and imminent threat to the administration of criminal justice will support restricting Mr. Trump's speech. They claim Diddy has a constitutional right to criticize and speak out against the prosecution and urge the court to apply the same standard to him. Prosecutors pushed back, saying Trump's judges had to balance his right to campaign with ensuring a fair trial. Meanwhile, if Diddy isn't granted bail, his Thanksgiving dinner at Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center will reportedly consist of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, chips, fruit, and whole bread. Diddy finding out in real time he don't have the complexion for the protection. So he wants white privilege. That's what they all want. That's why they want to be able to get away with the crimes of white men. That's their argument all the time. It's like, oh, we don't, to me, when I hear like, oh, why don't the white people do it? Like, white people, like, on record, have killed more people ever in all people in human history. Of all groups of people, the whites have killed more people than any other group in human history. Go look it up. And the fact that when people use them as a standard of how they want to move through life, the most violent group of people, and they feel like they want to be able to get away with their crimes, I feel like you have fully assimilated. You have fully assimilated, because when you're looking at the most violent group of people in human history as your standard of how you want to move through life, you are basically aligning with violent criminals against humanity. And that's who you want to be able to be like. Why don't we do it like the white people do it? Girl, do you know who you're comparing yourself to? Do you even realize it? But when you hear that, why wouldn't you do it for the white people? It's always coupled with some bad behavior, right? You want to be non whatever other color you want to call yourself. You want to be that. You want to be white so that you can get away with what they get away with. And the people in the comments, well, if he can do it, why can't he do it? If he can rape people, why can't he rape people? That's how y'all sound. I'm sure a pardon is coming. He knows too much. He's a tad too crispy for that type of privilege. He got one thing going against him, so I don't think that'll happen. I want to laugh so bad, but you know what? Go ahead and claim DT privileges and see how that goes. They're going to show him he's not one of them real quick. I thought y'all cared about women and children. What about the victims? Y'all gonna let Puffy slide because you don't like Trump? My goodness, how depraved can y'all be? These comments are disgusting. He forgot he's black. Trump might shock everyone and do the unthinkable. Like, really, if Diddy is convicted. You know you're black, right? Run for the president. You'll have it. The last part y'all posted about the PB&J is so petty. It is. That's what you're going to have for, girl. Is that what you're going to have? That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Bishop T.D. Jakes sues pastor Dwayne Youngblood for defamation after he claimed Jakes SA'd him when he was a teen. Y'all, when I said that, didn't I say that? I said something might be about to come up. Didn't I said that. I said something must be about to happen. It says, Bishop T.D. Jakes is suing Pastor Dwayne Youngblood for defamation after Youngblood accused Bishop of SAing him when he was 18 or 19, according to the New York Post. Youngblood accused Jakes of the crime during an episode of Larry Reid Live on October 27th. Girl. Then in November 15th, in a November 15th letter issued to Jakes by Youngblood, alleged attorney Tyrone Blackburn, who represented Rodney Little Rod in his lawsuit against Diddy. Yeah, what's going on with Tyrone Blackburn? Jakes was told to pay Youngblood $6 million in order to resolve this matter quickly and privately. Not you trying to extort him, girl. That's crazy as hell. The demand added that if Jakes paid Youngblood, would continue to publicly harass. If he didn't pay, he would continue to publicly harass Jakes. I'm gonna say Drakes, girl. Rather than give him the money, Jakes, who suffered a medical emergency while preaching a sermon this past Sunday, sued him for defamation. His attorneys wrote in the court documents, this lawsuit is intended to bring a scheme to a halt. Come on, a scheme that Todd set up. To the end of extreme emotional, physical, and spiritual toll defendant's conduct has caused Bishop Jakes to set the record straight so the world understands that patent falsity of accusation and to restore his reputation. Jake's team also noted that Youngblood is a registered sex offender in Pennsylvania and is on parole. Girl, what? They continued. Girl, what? Bishop Jakes believes all of this. What? Bishop Jakes believes with all of his heart that all actual victims of SA should be treated with the utmost respect, kindness, empathy, and sympathy. So then why didn't you come and speak out when Puffy, your good Judy, was accused? Why you didn't come out with this statement? But when those accusations are directed towards you, now you want to come out with this statement? Why you didn't come out when your homeboy is being caught up in foolishness with underage people? That's interesting. But that's not the case here. Youngblood has used and abused and the might of social media. I can't read today, child. Youngblood has used and abused the might of social media and the legal process, make knowingly false accusations for his own personal and financial gain. Somebody says, why lie on Bishop Jakes? No one wants to hear you speak right now. You keep swallowing for air because of all the lying you're doing. 2025, do a new thing. Prayer for Bishop Jakes' speedy recovery. And I remember I lived in Atlanta when Eddie Long was accused of the things he was accused of. And the people who patronized his church, his parishioners, did not. We were talking about it at work, like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Don't talk about Eddie Long to me. Don't talk about Eddie Long to me. That's my pastor. That's my pastor. That's my bishop, whatever the fuck, reverend, whatever the fuck. Why are there so many names? Reverend, bishop, pastor. What is that's one thing I never ever is. It just depends on the sect of the church. Reverend, pastor, bishop. What's the other one y'all call them? Bishop Eddie Long, Reverend, Pastor Jamal Bryant. What Reverend? Do they call them reverends anymore? I don't know. Pastors, bishops, it's something else. But why all the different names? Doesn't mean. Let me ask. What's the difference between a bishop and a pastor? Oh, a bishop is a higher ranking church official with oversight over a larger area, like a diocese, responsible for appointing pastors and overseeing the spiritual well being of the clergy in that region. While the pastor is a leader of a single congregation, focusing on day to day spiritual needs of their members through preaching, teaching, and providing pastoral care. They said Jamal Bryant is caring for the whole first pew. Still don't know how he got a wife. Maybe because it's for the look of the thing, but I don't understand how anyone would marry him. All the outside children, what he put Giselle through, all the things. We know Jamal Bryant is screwing the front pew. The girls got they up there waiting for the little toy soldier. Remember when he was dressed like that little toy soldier? When him and his wife are on stage, girl. It's the scope of the responsibility, okay? A bishop oversees a wider area. All right. A vicar or a priest. A bishop traditionally is the head of a group of churches, normally in a geographical area. Okay, so that's what it means. Yeah, so a pastor is a different rank. Okay, I never knew that because I used to be like, bishop, what? Reverend, what? Pastor, such and such. Whatever. The people said y'all said the same thing about Eddie Long. Y'all did. I don't believe him. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay. Where's the article? Let me read some of the comments. Where did the article go? What? Where'd the article go? Don't tell me they deleted it. Oh, here it goes.
Got kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car. And so we did. We took him out to eat. And it was decided after we were done taking him out to eat that I would be the person to take him back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there,
the male worship,
him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it, and they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in. We sat down in a very long, we befriended, got kind of close with Bishop Jakes.
Oh, they don't finish the whole thing. They don't show the whole thing. It says y'all said Eddie Long was being lied on too. That part. Y'all talking about he's lying, but this is like the fifth or sixth man who has said something. And I don't understand. When someone comes out and says that somebody's harmed them, why isn't the first inclination to believe them? What can somebody explain that to me? Why is it that your first thing is like, I don't believe them? Why? Even though they are talking about a person who has a pattern of behavior. To me, I always just believe the victim. If it comes out you're lying, then you need to face the consequences for lying. But I just automatically believe the victim because history, right? And then you know what? Like when I was listening to this man talk just in that little short clip, I thought about how many boys in the church are being abused. Right? We focus on the girls because we see these men in churches, these dirty old men. They go to church to find some fool who is in their male worshiping bag, you know. Even when he said the woman wanted to house TD Jakes, these women worship these men, right? And it goes in line with your white male heterosexual Christian. It all falls down to the root of male worship, the little dicks, male worship. That's where it all goes down to. And the way that, and when I say male worship, I'm not just talking about women worshiping men worshiping men putting other men submitting to other men. If you want to learn how to submit, watch a man submit to another man. Watch him. That's the women out there who want to be submissive, pink, feminine queens. Girl, watch another nigga submit to a man. Watch him. That's how you learn. That they're the best teachers of how to submit to a man, another man. Every day they do it. Every day. They do it every single day. But it's all rooted in male worship. That's why I keep mentioning white, cis male, heterosexual, Christian, thin, young. We're adding young on there. Because at the root, the baseline, I'm going to feed you this religion. The religion is going to put men above everybody as if they're just these creatures who don't make mistakes, and ignore history, ignore that laws exist because of men. When I hear women say, "Oh, y'all don't know how men act. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't see." No, men know how men act. That's why laws exist. If they wouldn't get protests, they would lower the age of consent laws. The only thing that's keeping these dirty ass dogs off of your kids is the law. That's the only thing keeping these niggas in line. That's why when they say don't call the cops, no, call them.
Then I'm gonna go to the car and dial 911 because you're going to jail, bitch.
Because daddy law gonna come there and put their asses in line. Don't get the white man in my pocket. The law, yeah, get them in their pockets. Get them in your business, because those are the only people they submit for. Rewind to Puffy, right? I want to be treated like Donald Trump. Treat me like this white man, please. For some reason, I believe this man. In 2024, you don't need any proof. And these are people, like, if your child were to come to you and say that the pastor was touching on them, you have placed the pastor on such a hierarchical scale that you look at the children as, seen and not heard. So if you come out and say that the pastor is messing with you, I will never, as a male worshiping Christian, ever believe you. I'm not going to believe you. Don't you dare talk about my pastor. I told you that shit with Eddie Long. Two women, they were in their faces like that. You would think they were fighting over a man that they were fucking, girl. They were talking about the big, don't you say nothing. Don't you talk about my pastor. Don't you say nothing. You better not say nothing. The words of the anointed. Don't talk about the men that, girl. The protection y'all give them just based on the religion alone. And these men historically have been abusing boys and girls in the church, behind the pews, girl, on the church trips, all these damn cults. The foundation of the cult is religion. And it's this man sitting at the head with all these kids around him. Y'all don't see it? That's what AndrewSchulz was talking about, being woke. Y'all don't see it? In 2024, you don't need any proof. If they can railroad Bill Cosby over a 30-year-old claim with no proof, then what do you expect? Even what's her name coming out? Beverly Johnson saying she had an experience with Bill Cosby. And then you literally, that's how it's set up. Feed you this idea that men don't make mistakes, that men aren't that whoever is accusing this man, they're lying on that man. They're lying. You don't even believe them. And then they feed, because these wealthy men who abuse people, when they finally get sued, you just wanted money. You just want money. It's giving TD Jakes is deflecting and acting sick for sympathy from the audience. I swear to God, that's what I said. I feel like finding the clip of me saying something must about to be coming out, because why is TD Jakes? Hold on, I'm about to find it. World War II. Maybe some girl, maybe some stuff is gonna come out. This law saved my marriage. My husband's, you know what it is. Maybe marriage, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so hopefully TD Jakes is okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know, because you know what it is. Maybe some girl, maybe some stuff is gonna come out. And now he's suing this man for defamation. So they said maybe he was stressed out, and that's why he had we had that. He's just trying to get financial gain, just financial gain. So yeah, I don't know. And then this man said they said this man is a registered sex offender for messing with boys. I don't know. I know y'all say everybody's not gay, and I don't think it's like, I don't think we can call it gay. I don't know what we can, men having sex with men. That's what they classify it as, MSM. That's what, men having sex with men, because they don't want to call it gay. But these men who, they're gay, they're having sex with men, and nobody wants to acknowledge that. They kind of like, if you're not upholding they uphold heterosexuality, but they're gay. They're having sex with men, but in public they uphold the system of heterosexuality. And then women get into relationships with these people, and then you yell to people, stop saying they all gay, they all gay. Well, I don't know what other evidence do y'all need to see where the men are more fulfilled with their emotional connections from other men. You hear about everything. I don't have to go through all of the things. All of these people in the entertainment industry, in the church industry, all of these people messing with little boys and girls. And then, like, I don't know, it's just weird. And then when the people come out and say, I've been abused, knowing the history of abuse in the church, of abuse in the entertainment industry, your first reaction is, I don't believe them. I'm sorry, based on history, I'm going to believe them, because more times than not, the people are telling the truth. There's a very small percentage of people not telling the truth. And then when you ignore these things, right? Because you are gobbling and swallowing this pastor's balls on the first front pew. If he's abused one of your children, you don't believe the children. Or you send your child to them, like the people, R. Kelly. You know what? When I see them people, I'm like, y'all sold your daughters. I don't care. Y'all sold your daughters, because R. Kelly has a history of abuse. For you to allow your child to be anywhere near R. Kelly without any supervision, and then to go missing or to be in some house, bitch, I would have fucking burned that goddamn house down. And when his ass came running out, I would have shot him in his goddamn chest. Y'all don't get mad enough to protect your children from me. They were in the house. We couldn't get them out of the house. Girl, burn that shit down. That's how you get them out. Have my daughter in a motherfucking house, and I don't know where she is, and she's locked in some room, shitting in a bucket in the corner. And then when the people come out and tell you their experience, you're like, that couldn't have happened. R. Kelly is so talented. Girl, I gotta go. We gotta make another video. We might cut this into 2 parts. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. We gotta go. Take care of each other. Let me know what you think about the comments we talked about in the topics we talked about in the comments. All right, peace. Take care of each other. I'm coming back for another video.